I'm going to call this meeting to order. Could we get a roll call, Ms. Gina?
Yes, President Osborne.
Here.
President Osborne,
Here.
Vice President Cordova,
Here.
Secretary Hamilton, Member Martin,
Here.
Member Egbert. Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. So if you all now stand for the pledge and salute led by Ms. Egbert, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures.
You may be seated. Thank you. Okay. The next item is approval of tonight's agenda.
Move to approve tonight's agenda.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Cordova, a second by Mr. Martin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries. The next item is consideration of approval of the minutes from the May 27th meeting. Is there any discussion?
Second.
We have a motion from Ms. Egbert, a second from Mr. Martin. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. The next item before us tonight is it's time for reorganization of our board. And so I guess we would entertain nominations.
Madam Chair, I'd like to nominate Mr. Cordova for president, Mr. Hamilton for vice president, and myself as secretary.
Okay, I get a second? Second. Okay, let's do a roll call on this one, please.
President Osborne,
Yes.
Vice President Cordova,
Yes.
Secretary Hamilton, Member Martin,
Yes.
Okay,
Member Egbert.
sorry, I keep doing that. That will be our new slate of officers, and we're going to go ahead and get you guys sworn in. I do want to make a comment about Mr. Hamilton is unable to be here tonight. His flights were delayed, but upon his return, he will be sworn in with the president of the board and the clerk in private. I mean, not in private, but in here at central office. So,
Okay.
if the two of you, only two of you going up there today. Let's stop recording this here. I
I, Paul Cordova,
Terry Martin.
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of New Mexico, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of
President.
Secretary.
on which I am about to enter to the best of my ability, so help me God.
So help me God.
Cindy, do they need to repeat?
Do I need to?
When you say.
So, okay, do I need to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Short little things because we get nervous when we're saying it, Miss Gina. I'm just
Right.
suggesting.
Do solemnly swear that I will support.
I told you the same thing too.
You son.
Gina. Just give them chunks and then they can echo the chunk.
Okay. I
I, Paul Cordova, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
Oh, I was supposed to say it after you, then we'll say the rest together.
Someday we're gonna get this done.
Right.
Uh,
The Constitution of the United States.
No, say I. Let's start at the beginning.
I, Paul Cordova,
I, Terry Martin, now read together.
do solemnly swear that.
That we will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the laws of New Mexico. And that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duty of my office of school board
President.
vice president,
On
which I am about to enter to the best of my ability. So help me God.
Good job.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr.
Now-
Martin is, I believe you were swearing in as the secretary though, is that correct?
Yes. What I say?
Vice President.
So write your name.
You got it right.
Got it right.
You got it right once.
Sign.
To be clear, Mr. Cordova will take over as president. Mr. Martin will be secretary. When upon his return, Mr. Hamilton will be vice president.
Wow, that was interesting.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so I will need you to, yeah, if you will sign there.
Okay, let's see.
Make sure we watch what he's signing.
Okay.
No, I signed the wrong.
Sign, you're supposed to be signing
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I caught it that time.
We're watching.
Got her done.
I actually think we should clap for that.
All right, well, thank you. We'll continue. And now, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Any questions?
I didn't have any questions or comments.
None. Move to approve the consent agenda.
I have a motion by Mr. Martin
I'll second.
and a second by Ms. Osborne. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and then we'll move down to the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tonight we'll start by recognizing our incredible early college high school program. Miss Wynn could not be with us tonight, so I'm going to invite Gloria Mendoza and a group of teachers from early college. While they're coming to the podium, I'd like to read a bit from the letter that they received from the Public Education Department. Dear Dean Wynn, on behalf of the New Mexico Public Education Department, College and Career Readiness Bureau, it is our great pleasure to congratulate you and your school community on being awarded exemplary early college high school status. This prestigious designation recognizes your school's outstanding commitment to equitable access, academic excellence, and strong post-secondary and workforce partnerships. Your team has demonstrated exceptional outcomes in preparing students for college and career success and has served as a leader within New Mexico's early college high school network. Your exemplary status is valid for a 2-year period, initial cohort pilot phase. During this time, your school will serve as a statewide ambassador showcasing best practices, participating in professional learning, and contributing to the continuous improvement of early college programs across the state. So we are super proud of them. And I've asked Ms. Mendoza to give some of the highlights and then invite and introduce the teachers from the early college that have joined us tonight.
Good evening, President Cordova. Congratulations. Members of the board, Superintendent Russ. It's an honor to accept this recognition of exemplary status on behalf of Miss Melissa Wynn, Dean of Clovis Early College High School, who unfortunately could not be here, as Ms. Russ has said. I'd like to share that Early College High School is a unique pathway within Clovis High School. Students attend classes on the Clovis Community College campus during the academic day, with opportunities to participate in extracurriculars at Clovis High School during 1st and 7th periods. The program is designed to allow students to graduate high school having earned an associate degree or an industry credential. So I want to give you a few highlights from this past school year. 251 students were enrolled at Early College High School this past school year, with similar, and we're expecting the same enrollment next year, maybe a few more students attending. 84% of those graduates earned an associate's degree or industry credential this May, and actually some students have earned more than one. So that's exciting. Since 2021, early college high school students have earned a total of 215 associate's degrees. Started off with 50, maybe a few more students than that back in 2019, and now we're well over 250, and it's exciting growth. Ms. Nguyen has done an exceptional job expanding the early college high school program through strong collaboration with Clovis Community College. Her leadership has helped establish early college as a powerful pathway for student success, providing more opportunities for our students in our community to thrive academically and professionally. I really would like to honor the teachers as well, and I'd like them to be able to have an opportunity to share their experience. And I'd like to introduce Debbie Woodard, Todd Kuykendall, and Kim Cordova.
I'm Deborah Woodard. I teach geometry and algebra 2 for the early college high school program. We could not do this without Mrs. Nguyen. She does everything for us, and so it's a blessing from her. And these kids, I cannot say enough about these kids. They are so invested in this program, and that's what makes it successful. And I've seen kids come out of their shell, kids that I feel like had been at the high school would have dropped out because they were so shy and so afraid. And we had one mother said, I really thought my son was going to live in my basement for the rest of the year, his life. And now I'm dropping him off at New Mexico State to live in a dorm. So I think this program has done great things for kids, and the kids are exceptional. But Mrs. Nguyen, she needs all the praise.
I'm Todd Kuykendall. I'm the biology teacher and one of the science teachers for early college. And again, just cannot stress enough that all programs will rise and fall with their leaders. And this just has to do with Melissa Nguyen and what she's done for our program. She's been great for these kids. She's been great for us, great for working with the college the way she has with their administration. This has just been an exceptional thing for me as well. Kids are great, team we're working with is great. And like was just said, that there's a lot of opportunities that we get to see these kids not only do well here, but then we get to be a part of seeing them go on to not only go to college, but see them now they're in the nursing program, they're in radiology. Maybe I have no one that just became a welder. He's in my biology classes. I'm gonna be a biologist. Next thing I know, next semester, he was like, I'm welding instead. And he's super fired up about it. And I'm like, that's great, just go get after it and go do it. So this has been a great experience.
I am super blessed to have been able to be a part of this program. This was my first year with early college this past year, and everyone there just had huge open arms and accepted me and made me feel welcome. And again, just to echo what they said, Mrs. Nguyen is amazing, and watching her with these kids day after day and the personal connection that she has with each one of them is just amazing, and it's inspiring, and it just makes you want to be better. And so, they've said it all. The kids are amazing. The program is amazing. And I'm just really blessed to have been able to join.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're so proud of all the work that you do on behalf of our kids. So thank you. We know you're going to keep it up too. So even better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, my next item is our annual Open Meetings Act notice resolution. And again, this resolution announces our dates and times for all of our regularly scheduled meetings for the coming 25-26 year. It also gives details about how agendas are made available, materials and so forth. And then it also details the processes and timelines in the event that we need to call an emergency or special meeting. This is something that you approve every year, typically in the month of June.
So this requires a motion?
Yes.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Okay, a motion by Ms. Edward and second by Mr. Martin. Do we don't need a roll call, just all in favor? Opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Okay, the next item is another resolution. This came to you originally in a different version. This is the amended version. The original version contained language having to do with our capital improvement tax question. We're going to address that next month. So this has been edited. Part 6 and 7 were taken out of that. So you'll see that that's what's scrolling is the revised version. We do have positions 1 and 2 on the board that this resolution is announcing those openings for the general election November 5th. So at this time, we need your approval on this resolution so that we can.
1 and 2 positions. Who?
leave it to Cindy and Amy.
Okay.
And could I just make a comment about that, is that this has been confusing because they gave us information at the School Board Association, which was apparently not completely accurate. And so, you know, it's kind of hard sometimes to get to the actual
Mhm.
wording that needs to be there. So I appreciate your diligence in
Right.
figuring that out for us.
And we work with our county clerk as well, you know, with
Oh, yeah,
the
she's
language
terrific.
and timeline.
Yes,
and so
yes.
forth.
Okay, so this is an action item.
Yeah,
Okay.
on this amended.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the
Amended.
amended resolution.
A second.
I have a motion by Mr. Martin, a second by Ms. Osborne. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, next we have yet another resolution. These are two that you'll need to take separately, and these are the ones that we pass annually to allow a couple of our board members to participate in procurement processes in the district. These will need to be passed separately, the first of which is for Mr. Cordova for his DJ service through Cielo LLC. The second would be Mr. Hamilton for Hamilton Auto Group. They service all of our Ford fleet vehicles. Occasionally purchase vehicles through them as well, but you will need to take these separately.
Okay, what's
Mr.
that?
Chair, I move that we approve Mr. Cordova and Ciela for DJ services.
Have a motion? Have a
You
second?
want a roll call this one?
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah, I have a motion by Mr. Martin, a roll call by Ms. Edward. May we have a roll call, please?
President Cordova,
I will abstain.
Vice President Hamilton, Secretary Martin,
Yes.
Member Osborne,
Yes.
Member Egbert,
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay, motion carries. And now,
Mr. Chair, it's get hard, Madam Chair. I move that we approve Hamilton Auto Group for the services and purchase of our vehicles.
Specifically Sean. right?
Yes, specifically Sean. Mhm.
okay, I have a motion again by Mr. Martin,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Osborne. May we have a roll call, please?
President Cordova,
Yes.
Vice President Hamilton, Secretary Martin,
Yes.
Member Osborne,
Yes.
Member Egbert.
Yeah.
Motion carries.
Okay, you have Mr. Perez in the audience. So I'm coming to you next with a travel request. I'm excited to bring this one to you because this is the trip that we had to cancel last year. So this is for our 250 member band, correct? Where?
265.
There we go.
55, wow.
To travel to St. George, Utah in November for the Bands of America competition to go claim their victory that they had to forfeit. Yeah. And as always, you've got a very detailed itinerary, but I'm sure that he's happy to answer any questions or give you an update on how things are doing.
Any questions from the board?
No, I just want to tell you how much I do appreciate the very detailed itinerary. So thank you.
Thank you.
I don't have any question.
I don't have any either.
No.
I would just like to say, as always, thank you for your support and thank you for all you do for our students. They're well aware how well supported we are, and we make sure that that is known across the board. So thank you.
And I want to mention, I saw somewhere on social media, the band, the size of the band when, in the 80s when I was in school, and the size it is now. And wow, it's,
Impressive.
it really is. So yes, let's just continue to keep it
Lot of
going.
engaged kids. So thank
Yes.
you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
Well, I move to approve the request for permission to travel to Utah for the band.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Osborne,
Second.
second by Ms. Edberg. I heard her say it.
I said it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, well, good luck in Utah.
Thank you.
Okay, next we kept the placeholder for our students, our high school students, because they surprised us and showed up last month, even though school was out. So we kept a placeholder for them. They're not here this evening, so we'll move for Miss Williams to come give us a canon update.
Good evening, President Cordova, Board, Superintendent. I don't have anything new to share, just thank you for having me. I'm excited for the back to school event. We have, of course, tons of tables that are already reserved for Clovis schools. And I think we have about 7 adoptions that are active right now. So we're excited to shoot those out the beginning of next school year. And then Miss Brooks, who helped me with the military page, has been phenomenal. It's been awesome. I get to share it with everybody. I actually had a couple school districts say, what is that page and can we look at it? And I was like, So, but yeah, it's a great start and people are loving it. So it gives a lot of great information. Thank you for taking the time for that. That's all I have.
Thank you, Sarah. That's my last item.
That's it, okay. So we'll move on to academic services. Ms. Lee.
Good evening, President Cordova, members of the board, and Superintendent Russ. I submitted this year's curriculum. Adoption was Science K-12. You received copies of 6th grader science, 7th grade life science, 8th grade physical science, biology, chemistry, and physics. I was unable to get the elementary to you for the June, but you'll have it in July. Again, this is just for you to view. If you have any questions at this moment, I can take them. But if not, that's it.
I haven't had time to read through all of them thoroughly, but I'm sure I will have a question or a comment.
I figured it is very lengthy, and as always, we involved our teachers in writing it. I can say they're very excited about the way they developed it and getting into it, so I'm excited for the new year coming.
Me too. Science is a good thing, so
Thank you.
thank you.
Now we'll move over to Mr. Strickland and Employee Services.
President Cordova, members of the board, we have our employee report. Number one, I would like to point out that we're well on the way to having our most fully staffed start of a year. So there's 83 openings, but they're on our board. Those look like orange dots when someone's been recommended, and there's orange dots all over the board. So we're making really good progress. I stand for any questions about that.
Any questions from the board?
No, it was long. You guys are working hard. I can tell.
There's a lot going on. The second piece is we do have a leave of absence for an employee that does require board approval.
Do I have a motion?
I move.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Martin, a second by Mr. Osborne. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Joe. Okay, Ms. Nieto. Financial matters.
Good evening, President Cordova, members of the board, and Superintendent Russ. This evening, I bring the following items for your consideration. The first one is a permanent cash transfer. I'm requesting approval of a permanent cash transfer to correct an error where a purchase order was paid from one fund and then turned around and receipted back into that fund. It should have been deposited into an activity fund for a fundraiser. And so this transfer is just ensuring proper fund alignment and accurate financial reporting. And I stand for any questions.
If there aren't any questions from the board, this is an action item. Move to approve. I have a motion by Mr. Martin, a second by Ms. Edberg. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The next items, I'm going to ask if I can bring items B and C to be considered together. This is for the approval for the disposal of vehicle unit 307 and the disposal of broken, worn out, non-repairable and obsolete technology items as recommended by the inventory committee. And I stand for any questions.
There were a lot of technology
Yeah,
items.
Yes.
Don't last long.
So with that, I'd ask for a motion for items B and C to be removed.
I move to approve removal of vehicle 307 and disposal of technology items listed in B and C.
I have a motion by Ms. Osborne.
Second.
Second by Mr. Martin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
The next item I present is the completed 2024-2025 inventory report, and I stand for any questions.
I hope you had a celebration when it was done, because that's so awful.
Yes, we have lots of staff that help us get this completed, so couldn't do it without them.
Yes.
Okay, with that, may I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
A motion by Ms. Edward, a second by Mr. Martin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The next item I have is petty cash requests. We have 3 petty cash requests that were submitted, 2 from Gaddis Middle School to support change to support Friday sales, fundraisers, vending machines, and concession stand during athletic events. And then 1 from the Clovis High School for change funds at sporting events. And I bring these to you because they're all over the $100 threshold.
I appreciate that the high school's taking cash, so I know it's a pain, but I do appreciate that for our community members who prefer that payment method. Mr. Brady appreciates that.
And with that, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve.
Motion by Mr. Martin, a second by Ms. Edberg. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I have updated salary schedules. The first one is Schedule A1A, and we moved our payroll specialist under R0 lane. The next one is Schedule 2, which is our EA. We did find a calculation error on some of the hourly and salary rates, so we've corrected those, and that is on lane A2. Schedule 8 on lane RM210, another correction to the hourly rates and the salaries. And then on Schedule 10, we removed lane SS12, and that's where our payroll specialist was previously housed. And then Schedule 11, we had a corrected salary for lane T4. And then on our Schedule 12, which is our increment, we did a increase to our ag assistant teacher for their increment at the high school. And I stand for any questions.
If there aren't any questions, I entertain a motion to consider the updated 2025-26 salary and increment schedule.
Make a motion to approve.
A motion by Ms. Edberg,
Second.
second by Mr. Martin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The final item I have is a tax maintenance resolution. The purpose is to adopt the tax maintenance resolution so we can notify the Public Education Department that we wish to maintain the current SB9 tax rate for the upcoming fiscal year. And I do have Mr. Melendres with us if you have any additional questions.
I have none.
It's just maintaining, right? Our
Yeah.
current-
Maintaining our SB9 tax rate.
Seems important to do that, so
Okay.
I would certainly support that.
If there are no questions, may I have a motion?
I move to approve the resolution for tax maintenance.
Motion by Mr. Martin,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Osborne. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all right.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. All right, operational matters, Mr. Brady.
Good evening, President Cordova, members of the board, Superintendent Russ. Bring to you for your consideration just a single item. It's our preventive maintenance plan that we're required to submit annually so that we continue to be able to solicit and receive our match funds from the state. With that, I stand for any questions.
Are there any questions from the board?
Did a good job. Very thorough.
Very proud of the maintenance department, custodial department. They continue to represent Clovis schools very well. Every time we receive a visit from PSFA and they are in our buildings audit, they continue to say Clovis maintains their facilities better than most in the state.
I would agree.
I think so too.
We've been
All of
lots
it.
of other places, right?
Yes, and our facilities are second to none, and thank you and your staff and everybody in maintenance and, you know,
I'll pass that along. Thank you.
yes.
I've noticed, this summer, everybody's busy. Every school got some activity going, so I don't know how you're keeping up with it, but it's going.
Sleepless nights.
With that, nobody got any other questions?
If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve.
Have a motion by Mr. Martin,
Second.
second by Ms. Edward. Made. All in favor, I'm sorry. Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Brady. Okay, and at this time, go to open forum. Are there any
I had
cards? Okay. So we'll move down to announcements.
It's me.
It's Russ.
Okay, July 3rd, 2025 will be a remote day for our 12-month employees. We offer that for our campus staff when they come back. We have about a day and a half or 2 days worth of mandatory training. So district offices will be closed on July 3rd, again on July 4th for the Independence Day holiday. We'll be back here for our next regular Board of Education meeting on July 22nd, 5:30 p.m.
Okay. And at this time, I will entertain a motion to recess into executive session.
I move we recess into executive session pursuant to NMSA 1015-1H7, NMSA 1978, subject to attorney-client privilege pertaining to threatened litigation regarding civil action.
I have a motion by Ms. Osborne. Second by Ms. Edberg. May I have a roll call, please?
President Cordova,
Yes.
Vice President Hamilton, Secretary Martin,
Yes.
Member Osborne,
Yes.
Member Egbert.
Okay, we'll recess in executive session. May I have a motion to reconvene executive session?
Mr. Cordova, I recommend we reconvene from executive session where only the items subject to attorney-client privilege pertaining to threatened litigation regarding a civil action was discussed.
I have a motion by Ms. Osborne,
Second.
second by Ms. Edberg. May we have a roll call, please?
Yes, President. President Cordova,
Yes.
Vice President Hamilton, Secretary Martin,
Yes.
Member Osborne,
Yes.
Member Egbert.
Okay. Back in session, and now may I have,
Mr. Martin, you're up.
We move to adjourn.
I'll
may I have a
second.
second? All right. A motion by Mr. Martin, a second by Ms. Osborne. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you and have a good night.